What does a scooter, ramp, and lift have in common? Well, they give you more freedom, safety, and confidence every single day. Hi, I'm Anna Gurley. I'm with Aaron Smith. We're with eXp Realty and the Aaron Smith team. Our guest is Mike Miller with Mobility Plus. He specializes in helping people stay safe, independent, and worry-free at home. Hi, Mike.
Morning. How you guys
What's up,
doing?
Mike? Happy Monday, man.
Yeah, a little snow today.
Yeah, here we are in November, and we were talking about mobility stuff. I'm sure we can actually talk about some of this weather that we're having and how people can help out around the house with some of this stuff too, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, I have a question. So, every senior wants to maintain their independence at home. So, could you tell me how Mobility Plus um, helps the seniors stay at home and safe in their daily lives?
Sure. Our goal is as a durable medical equipment retailer is to help people stay in their home as long as they possibly can. Whether it's a simple cane to get in and out of the house or a scooter to get around their property, especially where we are, we have people that buy off-road scooters and they can get out on their property and see their property that maybe they haven't seen in 5 years.
Off-road scooters?
Oh, yeah. Especially in our neck of the woods. When you go out in a little rural, there's a lot of seniors that own farms that have been stuck in their home for maybe a
Mm.
couple years. They can't use their gators or their tractors anymore, but a simple scooter with some good suspension uh, can take them all around their property. And it's really fun to deliver something to someone's home and see them go out to their barn that they haven't been in a couple years.
Yeah. I bet that is rewarding.
It's fun.
You guys go out to people's houses a lot and do assessments on how you can help them in their property because I'm guessing if you can't see their house, you don't know really what they need.
Yes, home safety assessments, property assessments are complimentary. I do them. I'm an Age Safe America certified home safety specialist, and it's simple things from looking at lighting to staircases that may have a lot of plants or decorations on them that eventually they were cool in the day, but now they're trip hazards. So we
Mm.
we we try to teach them and their family members walk your property like you've never been there before and look for something that could take you down. And a catastrophic fall would be very unfortunate. So we help little rugs. Uh,
Mm.
rugs are really bad. So we just assess everything like we've never been there before, and we ask them to do the same thing, just to be aware.
So you do offer then a wide variety of different types of products, just not scooters, ramps, or lifts. Could you tell us what else you have?
Yeah, so the scooters, it could be a basic four-wheel scooter or it could be a three-wheel scooter for someone that's living indoors and they never go outside, but three-wheel, you can get around your home. Uh, Power wheelchairs, really good for in the home, good turning radius. Lift recliners, simple grab bars, canes, walkers, rollators, specialty beds. We do a lot of specialty beds that are the comfort's important, but it's more important for the caretaker or the family member that that bed can come up and they can take care of them and not bend over all the time. Simple vehicle lift on the back of someone's car that has a scooter that can't lift it anymore. They can just ride it on that lift, push a button, and go where they want to go. So it's a wide variety of durable medical equipment.
So, Mike, one of our the people that we usually like to try to get these conversations in front of are the children of an aging adult who needs to age in place, right? So
Yes.
if I'm talking to if I'm marketing to myself, if I'm trying to have a conversation with myself because my parents are aging and I know that mom's got some knee issues and her steps just aren't, they're not for her anymore, right?
Right.
I mean, what's that conversation look like? Because I need to bring you into her house to see if you can tell me what would be best. Is it tough to kind of bring these conversations to our parents, or how do you usually interact with that?
It's tough in some situations, but what you're kind of describing is the sandwich generation, very popular right now, where people are taking care of their parents and their children, sometimes in separate locations, sometimes in the same home. Um, but the decision ultimately has to be of the person that needs the device. And
Mm.
where I come in, uh, family members and parents sometimes may not be on the same page. And I try to be the middleman and say, hey, we need to bring them into the store and let them look around and get comfortable with the products. Let them pick out what they need, and then we'll work on getting them the right size, the right fit. Many times people come in for a simple scooter. A family, I got to get mom or dad a scooter, and mom or dad can't handle a scooter. They might need a lightweight power wheelchair that they can use in the home, can be broken down, put in the trunk. And
Mm.
at the end of the day, we help guide the conversation to get them what they actually need, not what somebody thinks they need. And we let them pick it out, size, color. But it's a conversation that happens every week in our store or in a home, and sometimes they're heated conversations. So
Mm.
we have to we have a small store, and it's a one customer at a time business, and we let them take their time, have their discussions, and be ready to answer questions when they come to a common sort of decision, and help them get what they need so they can keep moving.
Yeah, I think sometimes, older folks think of, canes, walkers, scooters like a stigma, like
Yes.
old. But some people actually do need them. And I've seen them like out on the sidewalks and stuff. And some of those people like are going really fast. I
Yeah.
think there's so many people like embrace the the scooter part of it, and so they can get out and about and do their everyday task. And even the grocery shopping, I think, would be somewhat much easier if you have those devices. But do they actually like decorate them and trick them out? I guess if you would say.
Oh, yeah. Especially in the independent living, assisted living places where that is their vehicle. A lot of times they're not driving anymore, and their identity, their creativity is wrapped around how they have their wheelchair or their walker or their scooter decorated. It'll be by season. It's like decorating a
Oh,
Christmas tree or Easter. It's really cool to see because I'm in all these places every week, and the men, they typically don't decorate. The ladies are all over it, and they have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I remember when when I was a young lad and I got my first car. Like that thing becomes your identity because it also symbolizes freedom. You got freedom to go out and do your thing. And
Yeah,
when somebody's got mobility limitations, like their knees are not what they used to be, or their hips are having some challenges, that device becomes freedom to them. It allows them to get back out and do the things that they're trying to do. So of course they're going to put their decorations on there. If it's Halloween time or if it's Thanksgiving, they're going to decorate it up because that's part, like you said, that's a pleasure center for them because they're actually able to get out and socialize again. Um,
exactly.
I got a question for you, Mike. So, Anna and I, we operate in the real estate business and we help people buy and sell all the time. And Anna's been in it for 20 something years. I'm coming up on 18 or 20 myself, and we've kind of seen the ups and downs of the market. And a lot of conversation. You mentioned sandwich generation, where you'd have your parents move in with you, and maybe there's some teenagers or maybe some young adults still living in the house. So the middle generation's kind of sandwiched there, right?
Hmm.
So we're seeing a lot of that too. But right now with housing affordability, interest rates are up. A lot of seniors are going to have some equity in their homes, but it's still tough to buy another home. So aging in place is super important right now. You've got 10 to 15,000 people per day turning 65 or older. So there's not going to be enough space in assisted living facilities and skilled nursing and stuff like that for our parents and our older generations to go to. So this is a big conversation. So what advice would you give to my generation, call it, between your 45 and 65-year olds, to help their parents get ahead of the game here, to go ahead and decide, am I staying in place, and just be proactive, because we don't want an event to happen, that there's always an event of slip and fall or something like that, and then you get called in because now they're being reactive. I'm a big fan of being proactive. What recommendations would you have for our generation to help our parents out?
Well, that's a big question. Uh, the main thing, in my opinion, so we've been open about 4 years. And when it comes to waiting too long, that's when it can adversely impact everybody's mental state, their financial state. My main advice would be to get ahead of it, uh, not child proof a home, senior proof a home to where the entire home can be safe. Whether
Mhm.
it's if it's one step getting into the house, a simple angle grab bar will make all the difference. And then a simple stair lift, whether it's to the basement or to the upstairs, a lift recliner. There's not the lift recliners are not they do not look medical. And a lot of seniors, I'm 60, and sometimes I struggle getting off the couch. Uh, a simple lift recliner is not going to keep someone from continuing to be healthy or walking. It's just an assist to get up. Uh, but look at the devices that make sense for your family and get ahead of the game. Don't wait till it's too late. The basement's full, or there's a hoarding situation, uh, and walkers can't get through. All of a sudden, someone does take a fall, and their house is not accessible because they just didn't prepare for that situation. I don't know if I answered that good or not.
I think you hit the nail on the head, and it's tough because our generation, we've got busy lives. If we're still working, we got careers and things are going on, and we might see it. We might see a little bit more limited mobility with mom or dad, uh, but there's nothing urgent about taking action. And sometimes that conversation might be a little tough. Like, hey, mom, what if we had Mike come in from Mobility Plus, just to start thinking ahead? And they're like, I'm not, you might get that. I'm not old. I don't need grab bar. It's like, what if you did? What, we don't want to wait till it's too late.
There's so many resources in the community. You guys know probably 100. I know a lot of them, but there's not a situation that comes up in somebody's home that someone in the community couldn't step in and advise or help. A lot of it's free. Some of it is there's some fees with it, but reach out to anybody in the senior community, the senior focus group. There's hundreds of people that help each other, guide people to the right resource, whether it's a elder care attorney, not just the home, but having your finances in order before
Mhm.
something catastrophic happens. It could turn into 6 months, a year, or longer trying to figure that out for the family also. Uh, that's a big one I see a lot, that after something bad happens, nothing was in order with trusts or power of attorneys or things like that. And I'm not a legal expert, but get ahead of that stuff to make transitioning much smoother for the whole family.
Sure. I think that one incident issue is really big. I mean, we've all seen that commercial, I've fallen and I can't get up kind of
Yeah.
thing. And so, like, do we really want to wait for that to happen before we, like Aaron said, be proactive? And you have so many products for people that can make their life more comfortable and give them that freedom. So,
Just a,
it's really
one
good to
example.
know that you're out there.
One example on that is it's happened many times where someone finally decides, make a call, let's check on what's a stair lift cost.
Yeah.
And we'll go through the process. They like it. I install it. And while I'm there, I find out that parent has not been in their own bedroom in 2 years. They've been sleeping on couches or recliners in the living room or a small hospital bed somebody set up.
Mhm.
And it's just a simple decision, cost effective. Hey, we can get mom or dad up to their own bedroom.
Mm.
You can turn your multi level house into a ranch with stair lifts or elevators. I don't do elevators. We're not to
Mm.
that point yet, but there's a lot of homes with simple elevators in them too.
Oh
What
yeah.
what kind of financial assistance is out there for stuff like this, Mike? I'm guessing some families can afford a chairlift and some might not be able to. Is there what are their options?
Well, in our situation, we are a retail store. So people pay cash, card, or check. Care credit is a big um, financial credit card out there that people can use just for medical devices. That's a big one. But there's resources in the community. For example, the Senior Resource Center in Latonia.
Mm.
Margie runs that. And we have an unbelievable partnership. Everything we sell, Margie gives away. You would think there would be a competition, but it's not. We give stuff to her. She sends us leads. But there's resources. If somebody doesn't have the financial capacity to spend $1,800 on a lift recliner, there's resources available. You just got to reach out to the community, and someone will find a way to help.
What can you give us a little information on where's your store located, and if people wanted to find you online or on social media, where would they go to find you?
Well, we have a Facebook, Florence, Kentucky Mobility Plus. It's also tied to Instagram. Our actual address is 8437 US Highway 42 in Florence. We're kind of cat a corner to Ackerman School, right on 42, easy access, big parking lot. We actually, there's a little over 50 mobility pluses nationwide. Uh, we have friends that own one in Tri County, north of Cincinnati,
Mm.
and we have a friend that just opened on Beachmont on the east side. They're all small mom and pops. We all take care of one customer at a time. All the customers deal directly with the owners. Um, so we're available. We kind of surround the city. So all three locations are close. And I
Mhm.
spent 30 years in retail prior to doing this. About 5 years ago, I had both my hips replaced. And I
Mm.
went through that recovery and decided, it's time for me to retire out of big box retail. And I really started looking at mobility and decided, you know what, I can do this through my retirement years with my wife. Uh, Sometimes I get on her nerves, uh, but we have fun as a couple, as a team, just taking care of people. And we have two deliveries today that they weren't 5 minute decisions. Both the deliveries I'm going to do later today were multiple visits to the store, trying to find the right item, and both of these families are going to be so happy. It's like Christmas when I get to deliver something that's going to give them a little freedom. I think we get a little sidetracked, but
Well, Mike, I think you have two other services that you also provide. One would be service and repair on equipment, and the other one would be maybe short-term rentals. Could you
yeah,
talk about that?
yeah, we service everything we sell. If we sell it, we take care of it for the life of that product through the warranty process. We don't get many warranty calls, but if we do, every vendor we have is always taking care of us, no questions, and we take care of our customer. Uh, so the service side is big. On short term, so we rent lift recliners, hospital beds, wheelchairs,
Hmm.
walkers for short term recovery, for a surgery. Somebody had a shoulder or knee replacement or hip replacement, and they need something temporary to get up and down. Uh, Vacations, we rent scooters for people going on vacation so they can, it's not about, they can't necessarily walk, but they need distance to keep up with their family. Uh, so we have scooters coming and going
Hmm.
every week. Lots of events downtown that people can go with their family and go to the holiday market or Oktoberfest that they haven't gone to in years. So it's easy. You pack it up, put it in your trunk, unpack it, and really the family can't keep up with them once they're out and about. But short term, it's a small part of our business, but it's growing and it's available.
Yeah, it sounds like you're changing one life at a time.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, great.
So
Well,
our paths kind of crossed also as we've met at a few events,
mhm,
and you guys, I learned, will help someone when they do have to move and deal with all their belongings, whether it's donations or selling or eventually selling the property. And
mhm.
that's a great partnership for us because we do. I'm working with the client right now that they have to make a decision sell and move or continue to add things to the home
Mm.
to stay there. And it's a very tough decision. That's where you guys come in and help them figure all that out with no stress.
Well, pretty early on into what we started doing with seniors, we realized that a lot of people, every time we meet with somebody, we walk in and we realize the living situation that they're in. And a lot of people will accumulate things. And we're not talking about a massive hoarder kind of situation where they've got it's unsafe and unhealthy, but there's all the times there's accumulation of personal property, just kind of it's in the way, and trip hazards and things. We'll come to somebody's house and we'll move something out of their living room to their basement if they just want to store it, and it allows them to move around their home better.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do as a real estate company is get our name heard in the senior community as people who care. We're not just there to sell the house. We want to help people live in their homes if they stay there. Um, we're just putting relationships out there because if we help somebody move a couch out of their house that they don't need, maybe it needs to be thrown away or something, and they can move around better, they might tell one of their friends who needs to buy or sell a house that we're there to help too. So um, we've really done a lot for people, and people who aren't even thinking about moving. You need us to come take something out of your house and donate it. We're happy to help. Part of that community.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate the opportunity talking with you guys today. Thank you.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Yep, this is our goal is for everybody to age well. So thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot, Mike. We'll send you the videos when we're all done here. We'll make sure that your contact information's out there so that people can find you, and look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you.
Yep. Have a great week.
You
Thanks,
too.
Mike.
Bye.
See ya.